Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rakha, Kwadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Ban Yasharal of the Lions Den Camp, here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Kharab Ban Yasharallah, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharallah, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Not today. I'll be coming out with a lesson, and that's going to be on this article, and I have a couple of scriptures. But as you know, it says Putin reveals latest 40-foot nuke missile that can launch from hidden subs and carries 10 warheads. Wow. That's one hell of a weapon of indignation right there. But let's continue. It says Vladimir Putin has unveiled his latest 40-foot intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, that can be launched from hidden submarines. You gotta know submarines go with that has something to do with the water, being in the water. So they can be launched from within the water onto dry land, or launched in the water and exploded in the water, like the Poseidon that Putin, has developed, that ICBM to cause radioactive tsunamis and waves that will F up a lot of stuff. But let's continue. It says the most recent addition to his arsenal, dubbed the Scepter. We all know what a scepter is. A scepter is like a rod. It's like a kingly, in layman's term, a kingly bat. We'll say it like that. But it's like a scepter. It represents power and strength and authority. But let's continue. It says the most recent addition to his arsenal, dubbed the Scepter, has an estimated 5,160-mile range and can carry up to 10 warheads, which can attack all attack numbers. Okay. It can carry up to 10 warheads, and it can attack numerous targets. It says footage of the missile, called Bulava in Russian, was released by the nation's military and shows it rising above the water's surface with plumes of smoke flowing in its wake. This is what John the Revelator saw about how the missile and everything and how it performs. It says its chief designer, Yuri Solomonov, said Russia announced its adoption of the new rockets on May 7th, the same day Putin began a new 6-year term in the Kremlin. The Lord keeping that Edomite in power over Russia, because the Russia is the bear. They're going to be enough. They're the guard. But let's continue. It says the submarine launched nuclear ICB, the new submarine Salakia launched nuclear ICBM was first developed under a program which began in the 1990s. So they started in the 90s. So it will form the foundation of Russia's land, sea, air nuclear triad alongside the Topol, Yards, and Sarmat systems. Brigandines is getting ready, man. These armies is getting ready. It says last November, the Defense Ministry said one of those submarines had successfully test launched the Bulava, firing it from an underwater position in the White Sea of northern Russia, demonstrating the weapon's strike capability. The missile hit a target thousands of kilometers away on the Kamchatka Peninsula in the Far East. It says news agency TASS said Russia's northern and Pacific fleets now include 7 Bore submarines and each carry 16 Bulavas. God darn. With 10 warheads apiece in each one of them. Whoo. Man, the Lord is really getting it in, man. It says Solomonovs is the chief designer at the Moscow Institute of Thermal Engineering and has also developed Russia's Topol-M and Yar's intercontinental ballistic missiles. It says last week, Putin instructed the Ministry of Defense to conduct a test of non-strategic nuclear weapons, which is expected to take place in the near future. It says the Russian president made the order in response to Western aggression, and added that the exercises were also designed to protect Russia's sovereignty. Well, if you wouldn't have been spreading towards Russia's territory, you wouldn't be in this situation. But this is all the work and the power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. This has something to do with prophecy. It says in a message on Telegram, the Russian MOD or Russian MOD said the tests would take place in response to provocative statements and threats by individual Western officials against the Russian Federation. You're fighting the Red Army, man. It says Russian media quoted the ministry as stating on instructions from the Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation in order to increase the readiness of non-strategic nuclear forces to carry out combat missions. The General Staff has begun preparations for holding exercises in the near future, with missile formations of the Southern Military District with the involvement of aviation as well as naval forces. So that's a 3-pronged attack, man. It's 3-pronged. They brigandine. It says following this, former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev warned that the world catastrophe could occur, stating that the development of troops in Ukraine, which he called a non-existent country because once upon a time Ukraine was a part of the USSR, and a few other, I won't say a few other, I think it was like 13 or 12 or 13 other surrounding, but let's continue. It says could warrant a Russian response. He also slammed Western leaders as infantile morons. That's a pretty good description of the power structure and those who run it over here in Babylon, America, and irresponsible scoundrels. So he doubled down on it. As Russia summoned the British ambassador, Medvedev said the chorus of irresponsible scoundrels amongst the Western political elite calling for troops to be sent to a non-existent country is growing. It says sending your troops to Ukrainian territory will entail the direct entry of their countries into the war, to which we will have to respond, and alas, not in Ukrainian territory. So basically they're saying, but that's Russia, and you sending troops into Russia, we got to respond. That's basically what is being said. You sending people off in my territory, I'm gonna have to handle you. That's basically what is being said. But continuing, it says, in this case, none of them will be able to hide, either on Capitol Hill or in the, if I'm not mistaken, it says Elysee Palace, or in 10 Downing Street. A world catastrophe will come. So, man, they already know what's going on, man. But let's get a couple of scriptures and I'm gonna end it. This is Jeremiah 50, verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord Yahweh. So, the Lord is, again, telling these nations to put themselves in array against what? Babylon, America. All those that bend the bow, shoot at her. Russia is one of those countries that bends the bow. So the Lord is saying, shoot. Spare no arrows. For why? Because this place has sinned against the Lord Yahweh. This is one of the most ungodliest places on the earth. One of the most wicked places on the earth. And now these other nations see it. They now understand it. So now they're calling for retribution. And guess what? The Lord gonna deliver. Because why? Because he said so, and it is prophecy. Thus saith Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. I'm gonna jump over. Verse 22. It says, a sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. And that's the truth. A sound of battle is in the land, and of a great destruction, a great judgment. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Why? How has it become a desolation among the nations? Through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. The hammer of the whole earth is now broken. These other nations look at Babylon, America, as a gazing stock, a laughing stock. They don't take nothing serious. All these sanctions and tariffs that they throwing out, it's not affecting these nations, and especially it's not affecting Russia or China or any nation in BRICS. It's not affecting them. And this place is broken. The hammer of the earth is broken. And who broke it? Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. That's who. Verse 24. I know I said a couple, but hey. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh. So this place has been taken, has been destroyed. It just has to happen physically. The Lord had already spoken, so it's already happened. The Lord said he's laid a snare for this place. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Who dropped those two, if I'm not mistaken, atom bombs or hydrogen, one of the two. Who did that? That was Babylon, America. That was no other nation. That was Babylon, America. Well, that's the snare that the Lord has taken this place in. Because guess what? The Lord going to take this place with thermonuclear destruction. And guess what? This place is not aware. But now these Edomites are starting to quake and shake a little bit. Because these other militaries around the four corners of the earth are enhancing and strengthening their brigandine, i.e. their armies, Salakia, all the more. And they're steady developing more ICBM technology. So once more, verse 24 of Jeremiah 50. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh. So this place has striven against the Lord, fought against the Lord, contended against what's right, contended against his people. So it's a judgment for that. Verse 25. The Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh, God of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. So this is the work of the Lord. He has opened his armory. And what is his armory? These 40-foot nukes with 10 warheads. These ICBMs. That's the Lord's weapons of indignation. He has opened his armory. The Lord has put it on these nations to create such weapons. But it is. Reverend Preference, I created the smith that bloweth the coals. That's what that means. The Lord, weapons of indignation are going to hit this place. Why? Because this is the work of the Heavenly Father, the God of hosts, armies, in the land of the Chaldeans. Also Basra, also Babylon, BKA, America. I'm going to jump down to verse 29 and I'm going to end it. It says, no, verse 26, I'm sorry. Then I'm going to jump down. It says, come against her from the utmost border. Open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, destroy her utterly, let nothing be left. So this place is finna get kaboomed. It's finna get messed up. It says, come against her from the utmost border. From afar. Open the storehouses, cast her up as heat, meaning destroy this place utterly. Take down the system, everything. Let nothing be left. Verse 29, my last point. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord Yahweh and against the Holy One of Israel. So call together the archers. And this is what's happening. The archers are being called together. Who are the archers? Russia, China, India, just Iran, just a few. Just a few. I'll name those. They're the archers, but it's more too. They're the ones that is gonna camp against this place round about. And for those who are not living and are walking according to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, they're not going to escape. That includes 2/3 of our own people and Edomites too, Moabites, Ammonites, and whatever other ites that's here in America. Babylon, America. Let none thereof escape. Recompense means to pay back for the work of this place. According to all the things that this place, this great whore, has done. Because Babylon is that great whore. Recompense. Pay this place back. I almost said something else. But pay this place back. Why? Because this place has been proud against the Lord Yahweh and has striven against the Holy One of Israel. Fought against the Lord. Fought against his people, the Lord's children. You don't think that doesn't carry a heavy judgment? Well, we're now living in the times when we are seeing what that judgment is. And that judgment is a besom of destruction, a destroying wind coming from such weapons as this recent development that Russia has newly created. So yeah, things are happening, and this is prophecy. They may try to deem it hate speech, but it is what it is. A sound of battle in the land and of great destruction. Shalom.